You're listening to The Mentality Show, only on LA Talk Radio.
Welcome back to episode 5 of The Mentality Show. Focus on the word men here because we are 4 grown-ass men doing our grown-ass things on this show, talking about grown-ass things that grown-ass men deal with. I got my man Sexy here, doing all the tech stuff, handling all the tech business. Bato V in the house. How you feeling?
Pretty good.
Vámonos. And I got my man Paulie in the house doing his thing, always here helping us out, letting us know what's happening in people's brains and things like that. And I'm your host, Delano, and we are here to talk to you about a lot of things that's going on in the world right now. But before we start, we just got to, how are you guys feeling? How was your week? It was great. Feeling good?
I'm full, man.
I'm full, too,
full?
man.
And why are you full? Why are you full, fellas?
They just ate some serious fucking Arby's, man.
God.
Arby's.
Man.
Delicious.
Got effed up on some dang sliders.
And food coma, man.
And
that chicken slider, man. Or buffalo.
Chicken slider, buffalo. That Texas toast, Arby's roast beef, man.
Bomb.
Those potato cakes and curly fries and damn, I'm getting hungry again just talking about it. But you know what? We can sit here and talk about Arby's all day. Let's show you exactly what we're talking about. Go ahead and roll that footage. All right. Hey, so, man, I hope you saw how I enjoyed that food. I think I had a milk mustache and all kinds of stuff going on.
You even did the Carlton, man.
I know, right? Oh, man, dude, when it's time to eat, man, I get excited, man.
Hey, only thing, man, parking is a bitch.
Yeah.
Carpool if you're going there.
Yeah.
Or ride a bike or walk or a horse or some shit.
But trust me, it's worth it. It's worth it for a good, sandwich, good Arby's sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, I'll walk from North Hollywood to Inglewood, man. So, man, this is a mentality show. We're going to talk about a lot of things today. We got you covered. I'm telling you, we got you covered from everything from all the shit going on with Khloe Kardashian to when you going to see that bitch from the club and smash again. Okay, we got you.
Or, would she date a guy that rides on the bus? Or what does it mean when your pee-pee has pus?
What we're going to talk about?
From eating Arby's in North Hollywood to when a man starts losing his morning wood.
Oh, damn, that's not good.
That's some serious stuff.
Hey, to the bigger the panza, the bigger the chanza.
Panza, the bigger the chanza. For all you chubby lovers out there, for all you chubby chasers out there.
Nothing wrong with chubby.
Nothing wrong with it. I just don't believe in it, but there's nothing wrong with it. So we're going to cover, we got you covered from everything. And today's topic is going to be, is getting married really worth it? Is getting married really worth it? We're going to cover that too. But before we get into that, let's talk about our current event. I just mentioned earlier, I gave you a teaser about Khloe Kardashian, okay? Man, what do you think about this?
I don't know.
What do you guys think about this?
Every time I see the newest NBA basketball player, having an issue with, I just feel like it's a fucked up, ESPN episode of Sports Center, In related news,
and you can see the guy in related news here on ESPN. Another NBA basketball player has committed a technical foul against Team Kardashian. Evidently, the Cavaliers center, Tristan Thompson, the 6'10" big man out of the University of Texas, has been seeing less minutes per game on the hardwood, but getting more hardwood due to the groupies resting on his penis. Thompson was traded to the Kardashian clan last year, but considering his latest debacle, it is unclear whether or not he'll be using his unrestricted free agency from his relationship in the near future. Apparently, according to the club and other surveillance, he is currently working with other teams and skanks. We'll be back with more of that on ESPN, on the Mentality Show.
That's what we think when we watch this goddamn,
I know, right?
on E! News. Like. Oh, my God. It's like, no. This shit is too much. Start dating hockey players or something.
For real,
else,
man.
Yeah, this dude, he apparently, he got her pregnant. They were talking about getting married, or they were at least engaged, I believe. And he's been fucking around her the whole time. But this is not new with ball players, basketball players, ballers, entertainment industry. It's kind of the thing you do.
It's everywhere.
But if you're 6'10", 7 feet, you can't be cheating, man, in public. I mean, your ass is too big to be cheating. You know what I mean?
Maybe a point guard, like
target.
Muggsy Bogues will blend right in.
I know, right?
It's all kneecaps and ankles and shit. And,
Not him.
No.
How are you gonna hide when you're 6'10"? You know, like I think that's him. No, bitch, that's him. He's the only dude in the room that's 7 feet,
Right? Yeah.
It's only 6'10",
8 inches tall. Right? Exactly.
You know what amazed me about this, man? That all these females, they've been around for a while, and all we see is just scandal on this freaking show. And it doesn't matter how fine, how pretty, how much money you got. You know, hey, anybody can get cheated on, man.
Show me the finest woman in the world, and I'll show you a dude tired of fucking her.
And also, man, you think about like warning signs of dudes wanting to join this clan, man. It's like every guy gets fucked over, dude. Like, look at poor. I can't even
Lamar?
mention, bro. But you go from a Wheaties box to a tampon box, bro. Like, it's just rough. I'm sorry. This is
Talking about the Jenner guy. What's
Jenner
his
guy,
name?
yeah.
bro.
The
I would
Bruce
say
Jenner.
it's almost like
Jake,
I don't know.
Caitlyn.
Like I
Jenner,
wouldn't go
right?
trick or treat on that house on Halloween, dude. I'll be afraid of the candy. Like I end up a girl tomorrow. I don't know. Fuck that house.
What happened to Lamar? He got all.
Yeah, he got drugged up. I mean, he had some issues before. It's like, do men with issues end up becoming attracted to the Kardashians, or do they want to, or do they just tend to be attracted to men with issues? It's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
I think it's both,
You know?
man. These guys are
this is a little
freaking
bit
out of their
of both.
mind, man. It's crazy.
But I mean, this is what pisses me off about the Kardashians. What the fuck have they done? Why are they famous? The chick, Kim, she fucked
porno?
Brandy's brother, Ray J, who's half famous.
My pussy's exploding.
Somebody's seen the video.
Saw the video. That's right.
So she does this dude, and then she becomes famous. So world famous, not just America famous, world famous. So all these little girls see this, and they think, oh, I can just fuck some black guy and become famous. Well, maybe that's not a bad idea, though. Now that I think about it. Fuck me and you'll be famous.
Who said that? Was Dave Chappelle who said that, man. He was talking about the famous, depending on how famous you are, your dick will make other people more. He's like,
Right.
suck my dick, you'll be famous.
Right.
The presidential was about Bill Clinton. How would Bill say it?
Yes, that's right. If you suck my penis, I'll make sure that I get you paid. I don't know. Famous, I don't know.
How about nut on your dress?
You always
or
put me
something
on the
like
spot with that, Bill.
The thing, man, is just like, this dude, I don't even know. I don't watch him. Like, I know he's like a center. I think he's not getting as much playtime now, but cameras are on you. You're a celebrity. You're going in public. You're going to be out there. Like, if you're going to cheat, you're going to, mess up a relationship. You got a kid. Like, at least do it undercover, man. Like, go somewhere less. And it didn't look like a very out there club. Like, it was in the dark. It was surveillance. It was kind of
I think
grainy.
the club set him up.
That was a setup, man. It has to be a
Yeah.
setup, man.
I think the club got paid from TMZ or some shit.
Yeah, they saw that. They're like, that's Tristan Thompson. Oh, shit. Cha-ching. How much money can I make?
Yup.
And
Easy.
you're 6'10". You're
Yeah.
6'10". How the hell? I'm 6'2", okay?
It's a big
and
motherfucker.
I feel funny walking in the crowd. I feel like I
not
stand
gonna
out
get
in
that
the
big.
crowd because I mean 6'2" is pretty tough. The average height of of American is or a person is what 5'9". Average man's
That's how tall I
5'9".
am.
Yeah, see, okay, so you're average. I mean, I'm above average.
I
in
didn't know
every
they
way.
stack shit that high. Hey, may he rest in peace. dude.
Yeah. That's my guy.
May he
right
rest
there,
in
man.
peace.
Wait, who
Man,
y'all
he's
talking about? Who rest in peace?
The sergeant from Full
Metal
Metal
Jacket.
Jacket.
Oh,
Ernie,
yeah,
Ernie,
that's
right?
right. That's right. Yeah,
He's
he
like,
did.
I'm
that.
not
from
dead. I'm
Texas.
just at ease. He's
That's
like,
right. He did. He passed away, and believe it or not, guess who else passed away, folks?
Barbara Bush.
Barbara
Barbara
Bush,
Bush, man,
92 years old. The oldest first lady. The oldest first lady. Now she's passed away. Now I believe that's Jimmy Carter's wife. She's the oldest first lady now. They were married for 70 years.
That's crazy.
70 fucking years.
You know what's crazy, man? That I read somewhere. If the wife passes away, and if they've been together for a long time, and the wife passes away before the husband, chances are within a year, the husband's gonna pass away, which is kind of sad. And I don't want to throw that out there, bad vibes or anything like that, but that's usually the way it happens, and it's not cool.
Okay,
and I think she sensed this. Obviously, she sensed she was gonna pass away because she didn't want any more treatment or anything like that. So she pretty much said, like, let me just be at peace and go home and let me just pass away.
I think after that long living with somebody, and you have your ups and downs, I think you become really fused, like emotionally connected to that person. And I think that it's just like, I don't know. I don't think that will to live isn't there when that person has been a part of their life for so long.
Forever. Yeah, a long time.
On my wife's side, she lost both of her grandparents within a calendar year.
Wow.
And it happened. The first one passed, and then you could see the decline. It's a trip, man. It goes into our topic. Is it worth it to get married, man? Is it worth it to, like,
is it worth it to get married?
Yourself to somebody like that?
Well, let me ask you this. Speaking of, if spouse is dying, why is it that the man always dies first?
Because they poison us. Our fucking eggs
stress
on
the steak out. Right. Yeah.
I'm not eating shit. When I turn 90, I'm gonna wait.
Because usually the man's older than the female, right?
And we have higher
usually
blood pressure and all that other shit. But actually, dude, women have their issues too. I think it's
these days, especially with the Me Too movement and everything. No, I'm thinking of something else. I'm sorry. So that moves us into the meat and potatoes of our show.
Right.
The meat and potatoes is it really worth it to get married now? These days, 60% of marriages, up to 60% of marriages, end in divorce, and because of that, the new generation of people, they're starting to have second thoughts. These millennials are starting to have second thoughts when it comes to marriage. So the question is it worth it to get married? And is America's biggest institution, in jeopardy of ending with people not wanting to get married?
Is it worth it to go into the wedding planning business now, man? Or should we just ease off? Because I had all the tables and chairs and shit.
Like a big, huge thing. It was like billions of dollars in revenue for people doing weddings. Because my wife did, some wedding planning for a while. So that industry is huge. But
so a lot of people
about
getting
to tank or what?
Are people investing in as much, thinking, okay, you know what, man, I'm hitting, like, do they wait? Like, for a second time around, like, if you've been divorced and now you're coming in, are you going to spend the same amount of money that you spent on that first wedding? Mm-hmm. Or are you going to spend less and get married at the Chapel O' Love?
You
think about it.
Cupid's Chapel in Vegas.
It depends. It depends if that's the person you're with. If that's their first time getting married, obviously they want the glamour and oh my God and Cinderella and princess, whatever the hell. But if you're in a situation where you've been divorced and she's been divorced, she's like, let's go to Vegas. $10, we're good. We get a license.
So go to the court.
Go to court. Go to courthouse. We're good.
I've seen a lot of like vacation weddings, man. The couples that are second time around or waited later, they'll do a small crowd of family destination. Go to Cancun. Go somewhere like that where it's just fun. You fucking go there anyways and just let's get married while we're there.
Might as well.
Get abducted. Get your head cut off. After that, like,
that's a different story.
Blah blah blah. Why? Marriage is, to me, it's I don't believe in it. At first I did, okay? At first I believe in marriage, okay? But then when I start seeing the statistics, 60% of marriages end in divorce. Dave, if I told you, if I was your doctor and I told you, okay, you're going to get surgery. This is an elective surgery. You come to me and say, you want to get the surgery? And I say to you, okay, yeah, we can do the surgery for you, but there's about a 60% chance you're going to die. Okay, there's a 40% chance you're going to get those man boobs taken care of.
Oh, my man boobs.
But there's a 60% chance you're going to die. Would you do that shit? This is an elective surgery, so it's your choice. You don't have to do it.
Bro. I mean, it's obvious I wouldn't do that shit. But the thing is, it's like, you said elective. You have a choice. When you go into a marriage, why do you get married with somebody, bro? Like, why do you take that next step with a woman? Most of the time, is it because you really, really, really want to settle down, you want to be there, or is there kind of some pressure? Either from society, from the girl, hey, like, what's up with us? Are we going to, my clock's ticking, are we going to settle that? Or is it, you really want to just, I think there's pressures that happen and you're like, okay, let's do this. Vámonos. Like, you want to do it.
Well, you know what? I think it's both, man. It has to be both because you cannot just get pressured into getting married. Why are you going to get pressured to get married? What's the point of getting married if you have to get married? No, you don't.
A lot of families pressure people.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you need to get married, especially
Hispanic
women.
Hispanic culture is a big, man. ¿Cuándo te vas a casar? I'm like, oh, shit.
I know, man. Well, why are you sleeping at his fucking house? I don't know. I was tired. Bullshit.
Right?
What do you speak? You speak Mexican? Is that what you speak? This is America, boy. This is
Spain song.
Okay, so, but why is it? Okay, first of all, why is the divorce rate so high, 60%? That's my first question. And then my second question is, the meat and potatoes of our show, why should one get married? Why should one get married? We got a couple of married guys here at the table. We want to explain this to me. Why should I get married?
It was a little bit of maturity. Like when I was young, it wasn't in my foresight. I just thought, like, I'll be young. I ended up getting a career and having a career in my 20s. And I was making money, had my own house, had toys, bought the boat, bought a Harley.
You had everything a man needs.
Truck, and I was doing my own thing. So I'm like, I'm straight. You know, but when
You're straight.
But when I met my wife, I had actually known her for a long time, and when we started dating, it was like, it was different, dude. Like,
She was special.
She was a different person.
She was the one.
But what made you want to marry her? Did you look at this woman and say, I want to be with her for the rest of my, I don't want anybody else to be with her, so I'm going to sign this paper to keep her mine? Or, what was
a little bit of a lot of things, like kind of like, I want her for me. I want to be with her for the rest of my life. Then I started thinking, well, I don't want to be alone when I'm older. Like there's just a lot of things that started coming in my mind.
But you're 20. Were you thinking about
No,
being
at the time,
older?
I was in my 30s when I...
When you got
30s
married?
I was in my late 30s when I got... Mid-30s.
Still young. Still too young to think about.
Come on, that's a lot older. That's a lot older than most people.
I mean, dude, for being 61 years old, he's actually... What's your secret? I think it's carrots. Right? I think Family
Carrots
Guy
and
says-
beer.
It's Arby's.
Carrots and beer, yeah.
It's like-
Arby's.
Arby's, there you go.
In North Hollywood.
There you go.
So what was it about your wife that made her so special among other women? Out of all the women out there, either the two women that you've slept with, what was it about your wife that made her so special?
He popped that first one.
Oops. She was that person that made me...
Hey,
Okay.
sorry.
May she rest-
We're gonna have a fucking sound effect
every
show.
show. Every show.
Oh man.
Don't bring out Doolittle because it fucks everybody up. Sorry.
There he is. There he is. He comes out at times. We never know where he's going to come from. Doolittle's actually the voice of our penises.
He comes from the penis hole of Paulie.
Hey man, where's my other eye?
One-eyed Doolittle.
One-eyed Doolittle. Okay, so
So back to your sex toys and you said foreskin. What did you say? The first thing you said was forethought
Why'd
or
you get
something?
married again, man?
So I pulled it back now. I'm circumcised.
So he's a hooded monk. Okay, continue.
oh man,
Divorce.
I
60%.
forgot
We're
what I
probably
said.
all getting divorced.
what
after
makes
this
your
shit.
what made your wife
Shit.
so special?
She made me be a better person.
Aw.
Oh, from the Church of Jesus Christ. She made you be a better person. How?
Yeah.
Okay, how? We need details.
And she was very determined. Her mindset was like she was goal oriented. She knew what she wanted. She was business, like a savvy. She was entrepreneur, like all that stuff. We
she was a
related a
hustler.
lot of things. So as we got together, we started businesses right away. I mean, we went to a cell phone company, to a printing company, we just. That's just
So you had a lot in common. She was intelligent. She was a hard worker, a hustler. I've been knowing you for years, Tech C. All these things you just described are you. So you found a woman that
It's you.
you found you, except
Yeah.
a lot prettier and sexy. I mean, you're sexy, Texy, but I don't mean like that. So sounds like you found the woman that was your match.
You found the one, man.
believe
That's
so.
usually the one.
Lucky man. I was just, man. Okay. Paulie, what about you? You're a married guy.
Man, it's tough.
Break it down.
because-
Break it down. Why did you get married? Why the fuck did you get married?
Don't do it.
Man, the first thing that pops in my mind where I was at that point, I didn't want to lose her again, man. I knew that I loved this girl. I knew that I loved her literally from the first moment I saw her. And it's kind of, how the fuck can you know somebody? I really did, have a very deep chemistry and attraction to my wife, man. I always did. It wasn't always so stable, man. It was up and down. We went our different ways a couple times, but, when we took some breaks, and there was a long break, and I'm like, fuck, I'm missing something, man.
Right.
Just didn't have that connection with anybody else, and I finally got in contact with her again, and I could see the same thing with her. It's like, we need to do something. Like, we need to stop playing these games of everything else is more important. Let's establish us,
Right.
and then build everything else around that connection. So I was like, let's do it. I'm down. It's not like I got on one knee and proposed to her and saw what happened. We made an agreement, dude. Like, we actually proposed to each other, and I thought it was cool. It was our way. I didn't compare it to anything else.
Really?
So it was dope though for us.
I
It
took
worked.
mine to Hawaii and proposed.
Yeah, it worked for us. and then we did the
Just saying.
traditional.
Thanks for setting the bar.
Just saying.
We went traditional afterwards. I went to her house, asked her, dude, it was like a fucking long pilgrim table of Thanksgiving and shit. Like, it was beautiful though. Like, it reminds me that moment when I asked her to marry me was very important because all of her grandparents were there.
Right.
I believe actually her grandfather was the only one that was missing. He
To
passed
ask
away.
her father.
Everybody, in front of everybody, man, in front of her sisters, my family.
Wait,
I brought.
no, traditionally, you ask the father, like, "I'd like to marry your daughter."
Right.
I did that shit in front of everybody, in front of the
wow.
whole family, and it just, it was very sobering. It was a very wake up moment. Like, you're not a fucking little boy anymore, dude. You're
Yeah,
making
wake
a
up.
grown ass man promise to this whole family that you're gonna protect this woman, her heart, her feelings, her physical, everything. You're going to be that vato, that
How
man.
scary was that?
Be a man,
How
boy.
scary was
Okay,
that?
you know what they make? Have you guys ever heard of Depends? Put that shit on because I shit my pants.
Yeah.
No, I was just
nerve-wracking,
like,
man.
dude, this is fucking crazy.
nerve-wracking.
Scary.
But I'll never forget that moment, and I'll never forget what we had for dinner. Like that moment reminds me when I'm about to do some stupid shit and get mad. Be like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking go to walk somewhere. I'm like, damn, you know what? I'm gonna stick around because I made a goddamn promise.
Right.
I'm not going anywhere. I may get mad. So all that to say, it is worth it. It's definitely something that I would never look back on. Wait till you're ready. Wait till you're
Yeah.
prepared. There's so many things that I probably would have tried to do. If I knew that at 28 years old I would have gotten married,
Yeah.
I would have started busting my hump at 21. I would
Right.
have gone grad school out of the way earlier. I would have picked the career that I would have been happier at, not
Right.
just to hustle at. I would have tried not to become a stressed out 38-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then
Speaking of
Shoulda,
that,
woulda, coulda. We
All
had
that
all
shit.
those. We have all those
Shoulda,
thoughts.
shoulda.
man.
60%.
speaking of 38 years old, it's somebody's birthday today. Or actually, a couple of days ago.
it's all good.
We got Paulie in the house. Happy birthday, Paulie.
Yeah, happy birthday, oh man.
38 years old.
Getting old.
I
Man,
appreciate it,
he's not even quite 40 yet, man. That's
38? Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I was 38 again.
Golly, y'all got to tell me how it is 38, man. I'm not there yet, but when I get there, it's nice to know that you guys are going to help me.
Wait,
along
you're
the
about
way.
to hit 48, no?
48, you said?
Yeah.
48?
Yeah.
Inches? No. So,
We always talk about that shit, bro, but I feel it's more wide than it is long. It's like a soup can and a fucking baby carrot.
Fucking
So,
sardine.
he
Enough
said,
of that
notice he
shit.
said he feels that why. So, what are you into? What are you into, Paulie? after
38 years old, I'm definitely going to be getting my oil check pretty soon, bro. It's going to be that time.
I think we should all go.
We're
gonna
going to have a
sh-
show
I think
coming
we
up.
should definitely do a program on that. Have maybe bring in a health professional to help us talk
Right.
about, what are the most important things that we do in this transition, the second half of life type of thing, where we need to take care of our car, bro. We need to maintain the engine of our body. That's another episode.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So there was one thing before I pass the mic, man. I don't want to take too much time.
No, go ahead.
Bruce Lee. I love martial arts, man. I love the mystique of Bruce Lee. He said something about, how to be that ultimate martial artist, to be a martial artist. And he
Right.
talked about being like water, to be fluid, to be unrestrained, and to be adaptable. And I think that's it's a very important mindfulness to remember when you're in a relationship with somebody. You're going to be there forever. Forever. You have to be adaptable. Shit's
Yep.
going to come, kids and home and in-laws and all that shit, but you have to be adaptable.
Right.
And if not, you can drown her in that water, and that's it, dude. You're good to go, man. I think that's the best way to do it.
You have to be
From the Church of Jesus Christ.
Right.
I feel more. It's like it's not.
Hallelujah.
It's more of like yes, go ahead and fuck her, yes. Like more like Yoda than anything else.
You
Yoda
have
and
to-
Bruce.
You have to have that mindset that you're going to be with this person forever,
Right. So
forever.
you have to
pace
have it, yeah.
yourself,
And,
dude.
That's it's funny. I think about these movies in the '80s, love stories. A man sees the woman, the typical movie, sees the woman, he falls in love with her. The movie came out in like 1985, 1988, and I'm like, if that was true, if that was real life, here it is, 2018. Is that couple still together? Is that couple from The Breakfast Club still together?
Fuck no.
Is that couple from 16 Candles still together? Are
What-
they
have you
married
heard
today and happy?
anything about
Like
those
50 candles.
actors? I don't know. Molly Ringwald, I
Yeah.
think, has come out with some stuff recently, but like,
Yeah, but is her character still with that Dylan guy that she was crazy about in the movie 16
think
Candles? That's
so.
what I'm saying. If it was real life, so
What happened
people
to
see.
Long Duck Dong or whatever his name is.
Oh, that little Asian dude, yeah. So people see these movies and they glorify these movies and they fall in love with the idea of love,
Love story.
and people get love drunk,
They get sprung.
and then they see somebody and he's cute and I'm in love with him and that's I'm going to devote the rest of my life to him and you're 16, 17 years old. So
Yeah.
when do you think it's a good age for a man to get married where he's mature enough to handle being with this person for the rest of his life?
I think this is
What
30s.
age is that?
This is early 30s.
Early 30s?
I think similar to that. I'm thinking.
Pato V, you were married and
Yeah.
divorced.
I
Give
was
us your
young.
perspective.
I was too young, man. I got married
Yeah.
very young, and
How old?
I was like
13?
23, 24 or something.
That's
like that.
young.
Yeah.
That's young.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
not fucking ready at 23 years old.
Yeah, dude.
But you know what's crazy? Okay, so I met her. She was my neighbor. You know, she was attractive.
Girl next door.
Yeah, the girl next door.
That's
You
cool.
know.
That's some Winnie
Yeah,
Pooh
it
She
was
your
shit.
first piece of ass?
Hell nah.
Just curious.
It's too young for that.
I'm in love.
I'm in lust. No, she was my neighbor. We met up, and believe it or not, I thought she was an attractive female, and I guess she thought I was a good-looking guy. I don't know about that, but anyway, so she, it was more like a physical attraction than anything else. We were young. We didn't know each other. She's 3 years younger than I am, and again, we got together, and we started
fucked.
exactly. That's the way it was. That's pretty much the way it was. And I actually told her, you're the one that I'm gonna marry within the first week, which is fucking crazy.
Bro, your voice was not that deep.
You're the first one I'm gonna know.
yeah.
Was this
Oh my
cracking?
God. Yeah, it's like, your voice, you're the one.
Who teaches us to say that corny ass shit, bro? Like,
You're the one that it's crazy, man.
guys are dumb, dude.
Yeah.
We
Oh.
fucking.
Guys are
We are
It's the first time you fucked that girl.
fucking retarded, ladies.
Well,
Those
you-
are pussies.
Oh,
Yeah.
Call them pussies.
I think having
Don't get pussy whipped.
having a male
I was.
orgasm makes you like 5% stupider for the hour afterwards.
Like
You say
your
dumb
brain.
shit, bro. Like,
Fuck did I do?
No, I think even before when you're trying to get in that pussy, like you're like, oh, I love you, baby.
You
That's
say
stupid
anything
too,
and
right?
everything just to drop those panties.
Once you squirt it out, you're like, you come to your senses. Like, what have I done? What am I thinking?
No, you're like no.
like Forrest after he
Yeah.
busted a nut in Jenny's towel or bathrobe on Forrest Gump. Like, oh no, I did something bad, Jenny. It's okay. It's my roommate's bathrobe. I was like,
Fuck it. Yeah, that was me, man.
It's my favorite scene of that movie, bro. I'm sorry. I think I ruined her bathrobe.
No, but no,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Sorry,
You were
bro.
saying.
No, the thing is, like, I never thought I was gonna be divorced. I thought we were gonna be married forever, quote unquote. I thought she was the one. It was fun when it lasted, man. Throughout the time, we started thinking, fuck, like, where did this go wrong? Number one, we were different ethnicities, different religions, just different backgrounds, just a bunch
That's
of
hard
shit.
right
man.
there.
Yeah,
Just
it's
all those differences,
all that
yeah.
shit, man. Just started totaling up, and then she had a little boy, and I started raising this little guy, and I tried my best to be a father figure to this young man, which I still am. Love him. He's my boy. Still to this day, he's.
How did you fuck this up? B? You fucked this up.
I did.
What did you
I
do?
did fuck this up.
What'd you do?
No, hey, man. Like, throughout the time, we started drifting apart, and believe it or not, she started making more money, and it's all about money, man. It was all about money.
Or was it
That's-
about pride?
We're
We're not here to judge, man.
No,
but
I'm
it's
not.
like
I don't. It
things
doesn't matter.
Things
Shit
that we can
happens.
do.
Shit
like,
happened, and I'm here to to speak the truth, the whole truth, nothing but truth. So help me God.
Was part of the distance maybe pride that you couldn't?
It wasn't.
your
You know what?
own
It wasn't.
expectation?
It wasn't pride, man. The whole thing with me, it was more. I actually wanted, obviously, to provide for my family, but she got lucky in getting a career that paid way more money than I did. So I was trying to get into. My career, and
Oh, looks
Caller?
like we got a
There it
caller.
is.
Let's hold that thought, B.
I got you.
Caller.
Hello.
Hello.
Caller. This is the Mentality
hello.
Show.
I'm trying to see if I can break into the Mentality Show and talk
Yes.
to Vato V real quick.
right.
Hey, what's
What's
up?
up?
All right,
Vato
what's
V's
up? It's Vato
fan.
V. How can I help you? What's up?
Is this Vato V?
This is Vato V. What's
Who
going
we
on?
talking
Who am I
to?
talking to? What's your name, brother?
He remembers me. Ask him about his future brother-in-law.
Oh, what's up, man? What's up, Ernie? How you
I
doing,
was
brother?
wondering if you guys could explain how you translated for me when I got on one knee.
Say that again.
He's saying. I believe he's saying. What was you want us to explain? What was in your mindset when you proposed to your wife?
Yeah.
Okay. This is your boy Vato V.
That's
We'll
my
let you start
boy.
that
That's
out.
my boy Ernie, man. That's my,
Yeah,
my brother-in-law, my future brother-in-law, man.
He did me the big favor. I went and his sister, I'm going to be marrying her, but I had to go meet the dad that didn't speak any English, and that man right there,
Oh.
Yeah.
very proud of.
Papa.
He was in
Translated
there,
every bit of it.
Happy. So it was a funny story. He came up, he asked me if I can translate for him when he was proposing to my sister.
Oh,
And
nice.
he wanted me to talk to him. in front
Ernie,
of
you
my
should have
pops.
learned the language and just learn how to
I learned all. I
the
know. I
language
already
of
know all
love.
the bad words.
There you go. There you
Words I
go.
don't understand.
You should tell him the bad words.
The wedo from the meadow, man.
That's right.
Tom,
That's
Papa,
right.
this is Miklo.
Hey, Vato V's the man.
I just wanted to do that. I heard both you guys' testimony about getting married, and I thought that
Yeah.
was beautiful.
Hey,
I
there you
figured
go.
I'd call
That's
and give
awesome,
him a
man.
best
Hey,
shot.
all I know
It
from
is a great show, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Ernie.
it.
We appreciate it. Vato V has helped me out with many situations in past relationships, so you were talking to the right man right there. As far as him, at least him speaking Spanish for you.
All right, guys. Appreciate you guys letting me interrupt your show.
Oh, no
Hey,
worries,
no,
Ernie.
Ernie, no problem. Thanks for calling
Thanks
in.
for calling in. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Awesome.
man.
Thank you.
Hey, see, and you know what? Let me speak. Ernie, thank you for your call. Let me give out that number. I believe it's on our screen, but if
We got another caller.
it's not, oh, okay, perfect. Bring them in.
Hello, thank you for calling the Mattelli Show. How can I help you? Can I take your order, please?
Who are we speaking with?
talk to us, man. Who's that?
What's going down, fellas?
Hey, what's
Hey,
up, brother?
what's going on, man? What's your name?
Happening.
What's happening?
Little Big Vince.
Hey, what's up, Vince? How you
up,
doing,
bro?
brother?
You know, life is great.
Beautiful. That's right. That's right. What's going on, Vince?
So what you think about marriage, bro? Should men do that shit, or should we leave it alone?
I think it depends on who we're talking to.
Let's say that.
You know, if you're somebody who doesn't have options, right? You have higher values.
Barry, the
And,
first bitch that says, I do. or I will.
Somebody who doesn't have options. Vato V, can you explain that?
Hey, man. Hey, we all been married, man.
Not me. I've not been married.
No. I haven't. I'm 42 years old, never been married, no kids, no drama.
Okay.
Love my life.
All right.
Love it all.
So
You're a smart man.
How
You're a
the,
smart man.
how the massage parlor is doing for you?
You know, once a month they're necessary.
There you go.
Right, that's right. Yep.
Keeping it
Hey,
real.
Strip joint.
Let me
Keeping
ask
it
you.
real.
Hey, so Vince, are any girls trying to pressure you, man? Do you feel like, you find somebody
Sure.
that's real cool and chill, and you got a good little thing going on, but then the topic comes up and it's like, nah, I'm good. What happens with that?
Yeah. No, I have that conversation. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not Mr. Right. I'm just Mr. Right now.
Oh man,
That's beautiful,
dude.
man.
So what?
So what happens when you're like 7 years old and you're not pulling brides or girls like you used to, or what do you do then? What do you do then?
I'm 42 and I have a 22-year-old girlfriend, so I'm okay.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Props.
Nice.
Can I give a hand to that
Vince.
shit?
There you
Dude,
go.
Living the
man.
life, man.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about,
yeah, yeah.
Vince.
Okay,
right,
so
man.
when you're 70, you're gonna be pulling a 40-year-old.
Well, they said half your age plus 7, so I'm going to stick with that. You know, that's the
Okay.
rule of thumb for me.
There you go.
I can,
I think when you hit 70, you better have some dollars in your pocket, though, right?
Well, you know, we're okay there. Check that box.
So,
Can I borrow
Which
20
is why
bucks?
I have options, right? And why,
Exactly.
There you go.
Other people don't, and they choose to lock on to the one girl, giving them in-house pussy. So I get it.
Yeah, they don't wanna lose that.
That's just not anything I have to worry about.
That's
Yeah,
every
exactly,
day.
right?
they don't want to lose that
They
pussy,
have a lack
man.
of confidence.
Yeah, they don't want
It's
to
a lack
lose
of
it. They
confidence.
think,
They don't want to get back out there.
yeah, absolutely. But you got a
Yeah, I'm not
22-year-old
worried about
Vince,
that.
so man, that's some good stuff, man. Hold on to that one, even if you got to marry her, man.
He's not
Not
gonna-
even close, bro. She's already on the way out.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
She knows it too.
oh, damn.
Got to keep it real.
Hey, that's good.
You know what, Vince? I'm not married. You're right. As long as you give that impression that that your foot is halfway out the door and you're not completely committed to this woman, that's pimping right there, man. That usually keeps them around a little bit longer, believe it or not. Psychologically.
Of course, they want what they can have.
Psychologically.
They want what they can have.
Exactly.
That is very, very true.
You haven't
bro.
given in.
That is
Right.
very, very true.
This
No,
is good
will not.
advice. This is good truth,
Yeah.
man. I believe in
Player
it.
to player, pimp to pimp.
That's
man.
right. All the gentlemen out there who are single, hey, you can learn from Vince over here.
Right? Hey, don't settle down. If you feel like you
Vince is
got
the
no
man.
options, go out there and go get some options, man.
Exactly,
Go be
man.
a fucking grown
Right.
Exactly.
man.
Go make it happen.
That's
So,
right, baby. That's right.
I appreciate you,
So
man.
Vince, you got any questions for us? Any concerns? Anything that you
You talk some shit.
on
feel
your mind?
What's on my mind? I want to hear about Paul David and his artistic skills. Because
I already told you
I
I,
know this
finger
guy.
paint, bro.
Oh, you know this guy.
So let's clarify this with
I
being an
know Paul
artist,
David,
man.
we run into each other on the jiu-jitsu mats a few times. And,
True.
He likes to roll around, guys.
It's all good. Okay, so let's
Yeah,
clarify.
We still have the challenge with
have him
Joe Rogan,
show you
right?
how. Have him show you how. You'll be okay.
Hey, Vince,
Show
you
me a
know
move.
he challenged Joe Rogan to roll with him, right?
I'd take a couple bucks on Paul to lose.
So let's all share and let's email Joe Rogan. Let's send him some messages and tell him that
I'm talking
Pauly
shit.
D from the
Challenge-
Mentality
Pauly
Show
D.
challenges his ass.
That's right.
We're gonna get that. We're gonna make that happen.
That's right.
On the show,
Joe-
live
Joe
on the
make
show.
it happen.
We'll make it
Joe's a
happen.
humble guy. He can make that happen.
Joe Rogan, you
I've
ain't
been on the
shit.
back before.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's right here from the Valley,
Yeah.
man. He's out here in
Just
the
make
valley.
sure you guys raise enough money for my funeral, and we'll be good to go.
I got my money on Pauly G, Pauly D,
Hey,
Paul Rogan,
No,
Joe
no
Rogan. You
funeral,
ain't
you
shit.
just tap out, bitch.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, the artist stuff, bro. I finger painted for a while. I had some sculptures, some Play-Doh.
He ate the Play-Doh.
I ate that shit. It's all good, man. I appreciate
Right on.
it.
Right on.
All right, good looking out, man. I hope you keep watching the show,
Oh my
man.
God, you guys have a great day.
Hey, thanks a
All
lot,
right,
man.
man.
Appreciate it,
Thanks for the
bro.
call,
Take care of
bro.
yourself,
Thank
man.
All right.
Right. All
So.
right,
All right, so we got Vince and Ernie, right? That was the first guy. Okay, so if you got any questions, any concerns, anything you want to know, any advice,
Want to call
or you
out
just
our-
want to
call us out on our talents?
right, exactly,
good.
or you just want to vent, call 818-570-5085. The Mentality Show 818-570-5085. You can also email us at www.thementalityshow.com.
That's right.
And we can answer all your questions and emails. We actually have an email we're going to be addressing a little bit later, a very important email somebody emailed to us that we're going to bring address. So, okay, Vato V, you were saying
What were we?
you were talking about how because we have two married
Married
guys.
man,
You
divorced
have a
guy.
divorced guy, and then
Right.
you have a super single guy, never been married or anything like that. I'm going to give my opinion on this whole thing in a second, but let's hear what you have to say from somebody who's been married and now currently single.
You know, the thing is this, man. Like these two gentlemen here. If you guys have something good going, man, and I met both your ladies. You know, you guys are doing a great job and doing a great job with you guys, man. You guys are great, man. Awesome, man. More power to you guys. But sometimes shit doesn't work, man. And when it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know, I'm not gonna get into the details of what happened, but you know. Again, it was just we were just different people. We lasted for a while, a good while.
apart.
We grew apart. You know, I noticed that she was going to school, and she actually got me into going to school. If it wasn't for her, I mean, there's a lot of shit that we.
So she
we did
made you a
together.
better man.
She made me a better man, and I do give her props. She gave me a beautiful little girl, and you know, I can't argue with that. But again, we drifted apart. You know, it's a lot of shit that happened. When we talk about pride, you know, money was a big issue. You know, it was we had a show a couple of weeks ago. We talked about combining money together. It was just a lot of shit, man. It's a lot of shit that happened that we should have addressed, but unfortunately we didn't. You know, we tried fucking counseling. That shit doesn't work.
Oh, really?
That shit didn't work. You know what I mean?
So you two outgrew one another.
We did.
And
We did.
money, finances was an issue in the marriage. They say that's the number one issue infidelity and finances.
You know what's funny? The thing that's funny is like right after we got a divorce, you know, we went through our shit. We got a divorce. Did that shit hurt? Fuck yeah, it does. You know, because you lost, you know, your hopes, your dreams, or whatever you thought you were gonna, you know, be at the end of the rainbow. I guess you want to call it that. But shit happens, man. Shit happens. You gotta regroup. You gotta try to get back together in your own fucking mindset.
Get yourself back.
Get yourself back together.
Let me ask you this: how finances were an issue in the relationship after the divorce? What was your financial situation?
You know, it's funny. Believe it or not, the God is good, and I'm a firm believer on a higher power, man. But it's funny that you say that because once we left each other, my whole, I guess, financial situation turned around. I got into a great career, you know, and you know, I started making same amount of money as her, man. It's like, what the fuck? So she looked at me like, oh, she congratulated me. I'm like, a little too late. You know what I'm saying? It's like it would have been coulda, shoulda, woulda. It would have been a whole different situation. And maybe I would never met you gentlemen, but you never know, man.
So you were one of the lucky ones because they say statistically people who get divorced.
Yeah.
Well, okay. One of the pros of getting married is usually, you have that dual income. So people who are married usually have a higher income, you know, because they're sharing their finances together.
We had it.
They usually have more money and they're more settled than people who are single,
of course,
like myself.
More established.
Right. However, the shit don't work out.
Right.
You're
half Eddie.
I went to half Eddie. I went to
Hey.
now you're below
Yeah.
the single guy who you know was barely making enough money to survive
there.
and whatnot.
So I'm not
He's
there.
just afraid to lose his money.
That's right. Hey,
It's a lot of things I'm going to talk about
There's a lot
as
of
far
shit.
as
a realistic
why I don't
fear.
believe in. I believe in love. I believe in relationships. I believe in if you're happy with yourself, okay, you have to be happy with yourself. And then you meet someone in your life and they're special enough where they enhance your life and they make you even happier. Okay, I believe in that type of thing.
It's good.
I don't believe that you should meet someone and you should completely depend on them for your happiness.
Oh, of course not. No, that's not
now
it.
now you're
That shit ain't
level
gonna
3,
last.
ready to kill yourself in case the shit doesn't work out.
yeah.
You should never look at a woman as an inanimate object, like that's my woman or that's my property, that type of thing. Because you're crazy if you think like that.
You know what's crazy? That what I thought was.
Sir, you cut me off.
Oh,
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Boring story, sir. Anyway,
Get to the point.
Anyway, you get the point. So the thing is, like you said, man, like you try to be with somebody, and if it doesn't fucking work out, it doesn't work out. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. You're talking about love. Nobody should force you to fall in love with anybody, man. Nobody should force you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
If
including yourself, you shouldn't
Some
force
crazy
yourself.
bitches try to do that shit, though.
Yeah. Like, I just want you to love me. True story. I had a woman say that to me. I just want you to love me.
Hell no.
Bitch, you crazy.
Yeah.
It was,
That's
you can't.
fucking
And if a
scary.
woman ever breaks up with you, man, let me tell you something. A woman ever breaks up with you, do not beg and plead to get that woman back. You are putting yourself in a situation where you're never going to get that pussy again. Okay.
Yeah.
If you want a woman to earn your girlfriend back, the best way to earn her back is just walk away. Don't say shit. Don't ever try to get back with her. Let her come to you, okay? Because that's going to make you more of a man
By you not
to her.
By you not going to her, that's gonna fuck with her head.
She's already made up
Exactly.
her mind. When she comes and tells you we're done,
That's it.
that she's already made her fucking
That's
mind.
not
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
That's
well,
not
hold
true.
on.
You still
Okay.
get
Well,
it back, though.
you know what? But it's in my situation, you know, you can tell obviously when you've been together for a while, and you look in that eye and you're like, okay, you know what? She's fucking serious, and that was it. I walked away. Did it hurt? Fuck yeah. But you know what? Hey, God bless her. And
Did you
she
try to
has
get
her
back
shit.
with her?
Hell no. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I did.
Yeah.
But then after when I found out some more shit, it's like a switch, man. Like a fucking switch. Just like you're like, oh shit. Like how could I be so fucking stupid?
Right.
Like why am I even trying to get back with this person that fucked you over? For what?
Exactly.
You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? It's like just it just
And they know
eliminated
that
the whole shit.
whether it's consciously or subconsciously, they know if they fucked you over, they know, and then you come begging them back, and let's say they bring you back in their lives, it's a 350% chance. It doesn't say it statistically, but I know this from my experience that woman is gonna fuck you over again because now you gave her carte blanche. Oh, I fucked him over the first time, and he can't live without me. Now I can fuck him over even more. So, young men, if you're listening out there and you're having some girlfriend trouble and she wants to leave or if she's playing games, let the bitch
leave.
go.
Let her
And
go.
she'll come back. It's like if you love something, set them free. If they come back to you, it's meant to be.
Hey
and all
man,
that
set
stuff,
them
right?
free again, bro. Nobody liked them. Nobody wanted them in the first place.
Let yourself, everything you fear to lose, let that shit go.
But
man.
you know what? You know what's
Exactly.
scary though. But here's the scary part though. That this person knows you so well that they have a lot of ammo on you.
So
And-
lie. Don't tell them shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Lie.
Lie. No, because I'm telling you, it's because when we went to court to finalize everything, like split this and split that. Look, man, this is what I did. Keep the house. I just want to get the fuck on. You do your thing. I do mine.
You gave that bitch the house?
I did.
Vato V.
Why not sell it and take half?
You know what, bro? Like, because I have my kids. The kids are there. They already settled, and they're
Oh,
going
you
to
did it for the
school. and I
kids,
said, you
for
know
the
what?
children.
I
That's
did
a
it
good
for my
man,
babies.
bro.
I said,
good
Karma
man.
will pay you wonderfully. You'll marry twins. You'll become a Mormon.
There you
You'll
go.
move up to Utah. Have like 7 wives, all hot.
and all child support.
How you doing now, V? How's your love life?
You know
now?
what? It's good, man. I can't complain.
Good.
I
good.
can't complain.
You're gonna be getting married anytime
We
soon?
just talked about his
that.
love life like last week. didn't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah, we did.
We
Yeah.
did.
Oh yeah, we did.
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Things
Things
are
are good
fucking
now. Huh?
guinea
Things are good.
pig.
Things are way
now?
better.
Okay.
Fuck yeah. That,
So-
can't
so-
complain.
And they weren't so good then.
It weren't so good,
Hey,
but
you win some and you lose some, right?
but I wasn't married, bro. So I got I didn't lose
Exactly.
anything.
How's that Plenty of Fish going?
Hey, you know what?
How's the massage parlor doing?
You know what? Hold on. Let me tell you
How's
something.
Black People MEAT? Black People's Meat going? Black People's
Jewish
Meat.
Jewish.com.
Hey, man, you know what?
Tend her
disres-
and bend her. How's that going?
No disrespect on fucking online shit. If you found somebody you love or you like on online, I'm done with that shit, bro.
You done
There's
with
a lot
online?
of fucking weird. It's the fucking women
That's
on that
another
shit
show there.
have a lot of issues.
I'm
on
gonna
that
say
shit.
something.
How's the
man.
life of fucking prostitutes?
I know, right?
Oh,
That's
come on.
pretty much.
I think that we should, viewers, people are watching us, follow us through the next few weeks.
Yeah.
As Vato V reinvents himself
Yes.
live
Yeah.
on camera.
Yes. Check us out
Right.
at one of the Dodgers games coming up.
Oh,
We're gonna-
Jesus.
We're gonna go
We'll
there.
leave it at that, dude.
Yeah, just follow. Come to the Dodger game when we
We got a lot
announce
of
when we
exciting
announce we're
things.
coming to the Dodger game. Come with us to the Dodger game.
That's right.
Because it'll be the last time we're allowed. It'll be our
No
first.
more. That's it.
We have a lot of exciting things coming up on the mentality shows.
That's right.
Lots of
Do
things.
you
But
feel
my opinion
settled?
on this,
Oh, okay.
my opinion on this on marriage is this, and I'm going to leave it at that. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you are somebody and you love this woman, if she wants to be with you, like Paulie said, she's going to be with you, okay? If you want to be with her, you're going to be with her. You don't need some binding contract to keep you two together, because a lot of people strictly stay together because of this contract. Oh, I made a promise, I'm going to stay with this person. A lot of people stay together for kids. A lot of people stay together because they're comfortable with this person financially. Like, they're paying for the house and this and this and that. A lot of men stay with women because they got some bum-ass pussy. Whatever, you know what I mean? You have to love yourself, okay? You have to be confident within yourself, and you cannot be with someone if you don't love yourself. You can't love yourself, you can't love others. If you're in a situation like that, and you have issues with yourself, chances are that relationship you're in is not going to work, or they're not treating you the way you need to be treated. So
leave.
And if you get with somebody, if you happen to get with somebody, they make you a better you.
That's good.
That's what I'm looking for.
That's what I'm
Somebody's going to
saying
make me
is
a better
that
me.
People get married for the wrong reasons nowadays.
Yes.
Nowadays they get married for
Car.
the sex, the money,
Security,
the
man.
security. They just like all the wrong reasons, man. It's just if you meet someone and they make you feel good, and you guys get along great, and you just
She can make me feel good without me marrying her. You know, that's the thing. I like I said, I used to believe in binding contracts and marriage and all that type of stuff. I grew up without a father. I didn't see my mother and all.
The original thing of marriage is not about a contract. The original thing about marriage is just about loving someone.
Yeah, but you take the altar, you go through all the traditional stuff and everything. I mean, I like I said, I grew up without a family, without a mother and father, so maybe that has something to do with it. I do know how to treat a woman. I am a gentleman. I've never been in an issue where I, mistreated a woman or beat a woman or anything like that. I just naturally, from common sense, know how to treat someone. And I expect to be treated the same. So it all comes down to this, mutuality. If you just treat someone the way you want to be treated, and if you feel like someone's not treating you the way you deserve to be treated because you have a love and respect for yourself, and they're not giving you that respect and that love that you're giving them, get out of that situation. But if they are, and Paulie, you mentioned this a while ago, some people get in a situation where something life-threatening, a health scare, and that person's there with them, they're by their side, and they realize, this person here, this is a real 110% person, then maybe I can see myself being with that person for the rest of my life. And if that's something she wants to do, she wants to go through the traditional wedding thing because of the love I have for her, I'm open to it. But I'm not going out looking for somebody and saying, you know what, let's get married. Let's do, let's go to Vegas, or let's do this whole walking down the altar, jumping the broom thing. I just don't believe in it, because 60% of marriages end in divorce. And if you told me the chances of me dying are 60%, why the fuck would I elect to get that surgery?
When I say the toast at your wedding, I'm going to play this tape back.
I know.
No, man.
Hey,
that
Don't
means she's
have
a hell of a
camera guy
woman.
with a microphone, bro. We'll have our table like this. Be like, you remember what you said on April 18th?
Nah, fuck that. I'm going to play this shit back. I'm going to be like, we're going to be talking, and we're going to be like,
He's gonna be like this.
No, but wait, you know what? The takeaway that I feel is he's just saying, bro, I'm not doing it for the reason that is already out there. It's time, it's my clock's ticking. I'm gonna do it if I ever do it. It's because that's it. This is the person. So
Exactly.
And you brought up a good question. I know we have a minute to go.
Almost
here,
out of time here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But you asked the question, if I was to ever get married again, you know what? I don't know. I don't know. I would have to find the one or the other one, but you never know, man. You never know.
Well, okay, C-Tech, you got last words?
I just want to thank our Facebook Live people. We have Gina from Gina's World.
That's
Thanks
right,
for watching.
Gina's World, yes. Last week we had a guest, Gina from Gina's World, on our show. We didn't mention her show coming up. It's Gina'sWorld.com.
Check it out. Check out Gina's World.
Check out Gina's World.
We've been doing some shooting. I've been shooting with her.
Mm-hmm.
doing some drum work.
Is this self-promotion or
No,
genius
no.
promotion?
I'm just looking at live and see who's
Yeah.
been on with us.
Right.
Yeah.
And then my buddy Jeremy, he's been on with us too. the
Well,
whole thing.
Right.
we got plenty of people on our show live. These are just some people. We got thousands of people.
But
How do
people
you see
coming
those
in
people?
on
Oh, okay.
These people that stayed the whole time.
You give the impression we only have 2 people watching
No,
this.
people that stayed the whole time. The whole
Oh,
hour.
okay. So,
That means when he spoke, they're like fucking clicked off.
They're
Fuck
not
this
there
guy.
anymore, right?
Yeah.
They just
clicked off.
they just
the
clicked
thousands
off.
we
Thanks,
lost.
bro.
Hey, well, you know,
This guy.
they want to make sure
Gracias,
we mention them. So that looks like we're about out of time. Okay, join us for our next show. We're going to be discussing all kinds of shit.
check out our Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram.
Instagram, YouTube,
MentalityShow.com.
Mentality-
We have a
www.mentalityshow.com.
Patreon.
Patreon,
page.
MySpace. Don't forget MySpace.
Patreon is something that helps us out.
Is that
Keep
even
doing what we're
Facebook?
doing.
That's right.
Right. And you can catch us on our pagers at
143.
143 on POF, dude.
Because we
That's
143
it.
you.
So we didn't get a chance to address our email, but please send us those emails, www.thementalityshow.com. That's how you can reach us, and we will address those emails. I promise you on our next show, I will be able to address the email today we're supposed to address on our next show. Promise you. Love you, folks. That's our
right.
show, The Mentality Show. Love, peace, happiness. Love yourselves.
That's right. Thank you
Love
guys
yourself.
for calling. Vámonos.
Go to Arby's.
Vámonos.
You're listening to The Mentality Show, only on LA Talk Radio.